Welcome back to part 2 of the Southwest water wars that are currently going on. See part 1, learn about, well, basically all the context I've talked about. But in this video, I really wanted to focus on the next question that I asked Gemini. So I'm using Gemini. Again, this is not a news channel, so if you want accurate news and whatever else, go on Google and always do your own research. Never just believe what you hear on YouTube or the internet. But I'm just sharing this for anybody who's interested because I'm interested, and I've spent the last hour talking about this. And I also spent another 20 minutes listening to a podcast on this. So all this interest that I gained from this in the first place was because I watched a podcast that the Arizona PBS did, and it was very interesting. It was on Apple Podcasts. So yeah, if you go to Arizona PBS, I think it's like Arizona PBS Investigates or Arizona Family Investigates, one of those. You go in there, type in like Water Wars, you'll find the podcast. If not, put it in the comments. I'll drop a link in it. So anyway, let's get right to it. Here's the question that I asked Gemini. Should Scottsdale, who's 95% reliant on the Colorado River, and should Cave Creek, who's like 95 to 90% reliant on the Colorado River, and neither of them have like significant underground water stores, then won't the cities that have all the water share it with their brothers and sisters that are just a few miles away from them? You know, won't there's enough water to go around, right? So according to Gemini responded, yes, they can, but it absolutely will not be for free. At the end of the day, water is a business. They turn water, something that's free and everybody should use, into this, it's a multi-million-dollar business. Like anybody who has been living in a capitalistic society like America or Britain, France, anywhere else in the world just about that lives in a capitalistic society, nothing's free all the way. There's always a cost. And especially with natural resources, there is going to be a cost. Why can't we just all share the water, so no one has to like have their city die, or so we can keep growing? So this came from KJZZ, no free lunch policy for the valley. KJZZ quoted Max Wilson. Who's Max Wilson? Who is this guy? Who is Max Wilson? Oh, okay. His name's Maxwell. Maxwell Wilson is the Water Resources Management Advisor, and this comes from the City of Phoenix website. Dang, I ain't gonna have enough time. I'm going to a concert tonight at the Dirty Drummer. Max Wilson, and he put it bluntly, they cannot create a moral hazard. Interesting. If Phoenix or Chandler builds a massive safety net for everyone, then no city would ever spend the money to secure their own water. They just free ride off the cities that actually planned ahead. Yikes. This is not a charity. When it comes to water, it's a business. However, there's already these plans. So in response to the Colorado river cuts, and this is according to yourvalley.net, Valley Cities actually just approved a brand new, first of its kind, SWAP program. And SWAP stands for Secure Water Arizona Program. Here's how it works. You have this localized water marketplace. So, you're walking along, you're at a marketplace. This is the water. It's built strictly around willing buyers and willing sellers. It allows a city like Phoenix or Chandler to lease or swap their excess water rights to a struggling city, but it's going to be for a steep and italicized STEEP, steep price. So at the end of the day, it's about reputation as well, and your economic reputation. An economic reputation, wow. So it would be basically, they're not doing it for kindness, right? It's mostly about protecting Arizona's brand. No one wants businesses to be like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to Arizona because they ain't got no water there. And so then they pull all the businesses out. And I know some people probably want Arizona to go back to not Arizona in general, but Phoenix, maybe like get all the data centers out here and whatever else, but you still gotta make money to like live. Gemini says it'd be a PR nightmare if everyone was screaming Arizona's running out of water, don't move your business there, that'd be bad for business, which is why the bigger cities that actually saved up their water are probably gonna step in and help. If one city goes down, the whole market goes down. So basically the SWAP program is not a permanent fix, it's more so a band-aid. This city that has water, they give a share of it, but it's for months. It's like an emergency water to give them runway to think of new ideas to get more water. which again, then that loops back to like desalination and trucking in more water or building other pipes to like bring in water. So they'll give months, not years. Man, this is a lot of doom and gloom. But anyway, this is a summation from KJZZ. Will Chandler or Gilbert let Scott still die? Of course not. So Scott still is in no danger of like vanishing, or Cave Creek won't necessarily vanish. But they are not going to give the water up for free. It's going to cost, steep, right? Steep prices, which again, like I said on the last video, there's already a mayor that was saying, some reporter asked the mayor, hey, like, are the rates gonna go up? And he simply just said a one word yes. Like, expect rates to go up in the future for various reasons, especially if you're in a place where you're heavily reliant on a river that is dying. The Colorado River is shrinking and there's not enough snow coming down from the Rocky Mountains. You know, the snow melt is what helps the river flow. Without the snow melt, you got no river. And of course, there's a ton of snow in the Rockies, so there's a ton of water to come down the Colorado River. But as global warming increases and there's less snow and warmer winters, but there's more the populations of these cities and towns that are reliant on the Colorado River increase. That's more. They're pulling more. They're just pulling more, but there's not more coming in. And it's just simple cause and effect. You're going to have a deficit if you consume more than you produce. It's as simple as that. So SWAP is going to provide some relief for the cities that did not plan ahead. So the cities that did not really plan ahead for this, yeah, they can buy drinking water, emergency water, but it's going to cost, and they're going to pay top dollar for it. And I don't know how much that's going to cost. I'm sure they're going to run the numbers in it, but I'll tell you, it won't be cheap. People are already complaining about water now. Just wait. I'm done with that topic. The sun's also coming down in the apartment, and I also got to get ready for this concert. I'm gonna go see a country indie concert at the Dirty Drummer, and it should be fun. Is it right that cities can play Monopoly with water, and basically like divvy out who gets water and who doesn't? Kind of like the toilet paper king during COVID. Or should we all join hands as brothers and sisters, and cities that didn't prepare for water start taking water from the cities that did prepare, and now all of our rates go up? Which I'm sure if the water rates go up too high, you're gonna lose residents, and then, you know, city demographics are gonna be like changing and flopping and everything else. So let me know what you think. Drop them in the comments. Be sure to always research, like and subscribe, and share so that we can grow the brand and I can take more trail runs or learn about more things that are out there. As always, stay curious, stay courageous, stay consistent, and I'll see you out there. Take care.